Well, hello. This is my first time trying this new StreamYard. I did a lot of videos back when we just had Hangouts, but I wanted to do a video on what sold last month, and so I'm going to go over a few things that were the better sellers. Okay, first up, I have a Homedics Sound Spa. I bought a bunch of these at a surplus place, and I paid, I think they were $7 a piece, and I sold them anywhere between $50 and $64 plus shipping. Next up is another thing I got from the same salvage place. They buy pallets and have a big store where they sell the stuff. These were I think $4 a piece, and I sold those for $32. I think I sold a couple on Amazon for $44 or $45. This was in a lot that I bought. There were about 10 or 12 of these pictures in a whole stack at the auction house. And they'd been there for a couple auctions and nobody was interested in them. So they just sold the whole stack, got them for $3 for the whole stack. And this is just one of the ones that sold. And they were all signed. Let's see if I can get this down here. I don't think it's going to do it. They were all signed by the artist. And a few of them were even, or at least one of them was an artist's proof. So that was kind of cool too. Plus they were all numbered, and they seem to have been real popular because they sold pretty fast. This is from a Sega game lot that I bought, and there were some Game Boys and Nintendo stuff in there with it. This one had sat around on my desk for, I don't know, probably over a year. And as I've been cleaning stuff up, I ran across it. And so, yeah, I threw it up and sold like the next day for $70, free shipping. Here's one of the plush. I saw lots of plush. I don't know if you can see. There's a pile of plush there and another pile of plush back there. Those are all listed. These need to list. And so this is Snuffleupagus from Sesame Street. 12 inches by 20 inches, and really nice condition. All of my plush that I sell, I run through the washer unless they've got electronics in them, and then I try to, if I can, I'll remove the electronics and wash them. I don't like really selling the ones with electronics in them because there's too much stuff goes wrong with them. But yeah, he was like $1 and sold for $28 plus shipping. Next, we have a pair of Bostonian leather classic men's shoes, cap toe. All the shoes I get, I polish. And also, another thing I like to do is I like to put new shoelaces in the shoes. Just a little something extra. These were string shoelaces, so they were a little wider than those, but they were, the ones on these shoes were in good condition. But yeah, I always polish them, clean them, and then I give them another quick polish when I sell before I ship them out, so that they're nice and fresh when they get them. I sanitize all the shoes that I sell. If they're tennis shoes or something I can throw in the washing machine, I throw them through there because we have a steam cycle. And the same with the stuffed animals, they get steam cycle, Afghans, all that stuff gets sent through on a steam cycle. And then these were size 14, so that was a nice sale. Here's I always pick these up whenever I find them. It's a Initech Free Spirit 2-dog remote training system. Now you can, it has one controller, but it has 2 collars with it, so you can train 2 dogs with 1 unit. That way you're not juggling 2. So I paid I think $8 for this at auction. Sold it for $124 plus shipping. I bought a whole lot of new old stock handles from auction, and I paid anywhere. This was a bigger set, so I probably paid like $10 for it. A lot of the sets I got, so I bought them for like $5 a set. So this one sold for 80 plus shipping. And I sold another one of these same sets a while back. Here is Aztec Warrior Sterling brooch. Now this thing, it's only like, I don't know, a couple inches. It's not very big, but that Taxco is something you want to look for. It'll be stamped on the back like this, something like that. 925 sterling. It's just a little pin, but I took a best offer on that. I don't think it sold for 54. I think they took a best offer of 40 on it. Could be wrong. I don't know. So then I bought this huge lot of PC games. They were just stack of them, huge stack of them, big box. The kind you want to look for is the big ones that are in the big boxes. The ones in just the CD by itself doesn't sell like this. So if you see these prices, and there's going to be several games I'll show you, and if you see the prices on them, and you're thinking, oh, those went for a lot. Well, it's because they had the box, the manuals, the instructions, everything was in the box. These were all like new. I don't know if this person actually even played these games, but I listed them like new, open box, a lot of them. Unless I could actually tell that they've been played, but I mean, most of them didn't even look like they'd been out of the box, just the boxes had been opened. So this was Baldur's Gate 2, and sold for $34 with free shipping. Also on these, when I first listed them, I had forgotten that you cannot ship, you can't ship computer games, I guess, media mail. So I had to change the shipping and ship them first class, but it didn't matter because I had free shipping on them anyway. Here's another one. This one's The Dig, PC game, big box. Notice the price tag right on the box, $14.99, but it sold for $34 with free shipping. And that's, again, because it's collectible. You know, it's you aren't gonna find this one every day. So it had it was brand new. Everything was still sealed. The CD and everything was still sealed in plastic. So I knew that one hadn't been used. Then let's see what's next. Oh, this came out of a whole pile of stuff I found the other day or last month. A whole ton of action figures. I don't know what half of them are or what they go to. I got like a trash bag full of them back there. So I'm going to go through them and separate, you know, what I know, like He-Man and stuff like that. But this one was Masters of the Universe Skeletor's skull ram staff. And so, yeah, I sold it for, I took a best offer of $10, I think, on that. And free shipping. This was kind of cool. I think I got this at auction also. I'm not really sure. I can't remember where I got it. It's been laying on my desk. It was laying on my desk for a long time. But it's actually a lighter, table lighter, and it's probably about, you know, like that big, and made in Japan in 1960s, and it sold for $34 with plus shipping. Here's another big box game from that lot of games I bought. This one was Forsaken, and again, it was brand new. Couldn't even, I mean, you could tell it hadn't never been used. Now this one, I also had the guide, so I threw in the guide with it. It's kind of a bonus with it. Here's a pair of Skechers. I paid I think $2 for these, something like that, and they sold for $28, free shipping. Those Skechers are hit and miss with some of those. These were really nice, in real nice condition, but a lot of times, you know, I'll find Skechers and they're not selling. Here's another big box game. This one was really nice. It was like new. Everything was with it. All the manuals, everything was still in there. Nothing had been taken out, looked like. All the paperwork was all mint condition. Sold for $46 free shipping. Here's another one, Diablo, another big box game, sold for $44. Now the box on this one had a little bit of shelf wear, so I always try to get, you know, pictures of that. And you see the edges there were a little worn, but everything else was perfect in it. So that one sold for $44. Here's a limited edition die-cast card. It's a 71 Plymouth Cuda. It's from Matco Tools. And I had bought a whole bunch of these. I think I had like $5 in this one. I bought a whole bunch of die-cast cars at auction. A lot of them were still in their boxes like that from a collector. I put used on them, even though they were still in their boxes, because a lot of them were dusty, like they'd been out and been displayed in a cabinet or something. So I didn't want to sell it as new. But I mean, it was really cool. This was the last one I had out of all the ones that I had sold out of that lot. There was also, I think, some slot cars and stuff in that bunch of stuff I got. Here's Rocket Knight Adventure Sega Genesis. This was also out of a big lot I bought at auction. There were a bunch of games. There were I think there was just one Sega system, a bunch of games, light gun I'll show you later, and then a whole bunch more stuff I haven't even listed yet. And the thing was, though, these games were all in like perfect condition, but the hang tags have been cut off the top of all the cases. So the labels, the big condition with collectors with these games is the labels, and having the case and the manual and everything with it. But the labels on these were just in perfect condition. And so that's how I listed them. Very good with the manual. And that one went for $42. I think that sold like the day after I listed it. Another one here, this one sold really fast. And again, the hang tag's missing off the case. But as you can see, the manual, the paperwork, everything was with this. The game itself is just perfect condition. And that one sold for $74 with free shipping. So there's one, Joe and Mac. That's a good one to watch out for. I hadn't seen that one. I didn't have it in my collection, but I mean, it's selling for that price. I wasn't going to keep it. Let's see. Western Digital. I got this for $3. I got two of these actually for $3 at a church rummage sale. They didn't have the remotes with them. I had to buy the remotes off of eBay. They were just a couple bucks for the remotes, but the selling price was only $30 or only. Let me back up. The selling price for these were like $10 or $15 without the remote, and around $40. Well, actually, I priced mine a little higher. I think the highest ones were selling around $35 to $40. But with the remote and the cables and everything, I threw in an HDMI cable with it, and so it sold for $40 with plus shipping. Next is Contra. I think most people that deal with Sega games know about Contra. For the Sega Genesis, this is also, again, mint in the box. The label on this was just perfect. And, you know, a game like Contra, you would expect the label to have been worn. So, you know, again, I think this was a collector had these and didn't really play them, but I don't know why he would have cut the hang tags off the cases. But this one sold for, I don't believe it sold for 110. I was thinking I took an offer of 90 on it, but maybe I did sell it for 110. It's hard to tell with eBay not showing the prices on all my sold listings, right? Here again, this sold for $40. I remember this one. Now this thing laid on my floor, like down here under my desk for who knows how long. And I actually picked this thing up. My son was in here and we were cleaning stuff up, and I picked it up and I tossed it to him. I said, "Here, throw this away." And then I was like, "Well, wait a minute, let me look it up." So I took it back and I looked it up, and I was like, holy cow. So I cleaned it up, wiped it down, tested it out. It worked fine. Battery compartment was clean. So there was one little blemish right here. I don't know if there would have been a sticker on it or what, but it worked fine. So yeah, I took an offer of $40 on that. Have no idea where it came from. Probably came out of some scrap or junk or something. Next is something I really wanted to keep, but I think I ended up taking 110 on this, or 120, something like that. Maybe it was 125. But this was really cool. This is a statue or a award given to Ford service technicians, and it's made out of pewter. It's really neat and real limited edition. And I got this at auction. I paid up for this one. I paid $50 for it, but I knew that I was going to at least double my money on it, if not more. So yeah, I did more than double my money on it. But yeah, really cool thing there. And so yeah, I think I sold it for like 125 or somewhere around there, plus shipping. Here is something, I pick these up every once in a while when I see them. This is a part of a intercom system, FM wireless intercom system, and you can have up to 4 of these units, I believe it is, in your house. And but you know, people break them, they lose them, maybe they want to add one to their system or something. So even though there wasn't 2 of these, you know, I was able to test it, and it was really nice, you know, real nice condition. So yeah, that sold for $24 free shipping. Just put it in a padded flat rate envelope, wrapped it in cardboard, stuck it in an envelope, no problem. Here is some retail arbitrage. Actually, I got these at Walmart. They were on clearance for, I think it was like $2 a piece. And these, if you look these up on Amazon, they're asking a ton more for them. But I got a whole box of these lights. These were the last 4 I had, so I just blew them out. $48 with free shipping on them. And this one was a surprise because I sold the other one for $30. This one I sold, or 30, I think $30. Anyways, this one sold after Christmas, and it's just a light up angel, 13.5 inches tall. This one is really hard to find though. It's an Empire blow mold, number 1388, and a lot of people use this one with their manger scenes and stuff like that. And yeah, I really didn't expect $48 out of it. I just threw a crazy price on it and let it ride. And yeah, somebody bought it plus shipping. Here's I see people all the time. This is something I want to talk about. I see people all the time using those machines at Walmart where they take in their phone, like their iPhone or whatever, plug it into the thing, you know, it tests it. Oh, well, okay, we'll give you $4 for it. I'm like, really? I wish I could just stand there or have somebody stand next to that machine all day long, just buying people's phones for them instead of having them recycle them. I'll tell them, you know, I'll give them double whatever the machine's giving them, because that's such a ripoff for people. And I see a couple videos where people were going to this thing and shoving their phones in it, and I mean, they had a whole box of them they were putting in there. I'm just like, man. But this one, I got this one out when they come out of storage units or whatever. I'll test them, and you know, I'll pick them up at garage sales or church rummage sales. Obviously, you find them phones laying everywhere. I've probably got like 100 of them around here in a box, but they're older ones that I'm going to turn into the recycling place, not the machine recycler. You actually get more if you scrap them. So, anyways, ZTE Warp 4 gig boost mobile. Always make sure when you sell phones that you factory reset them and that you list them, because if you put in the model number, sometimes on eBay the listing that it suggests you list it under is not the right carrier for the phone. So always make sure that you check the phone, if it has the SIM card in it or whatever, that it's being that's being sold on the right carrier. Because when I put this one in, instead of it coming up as a boost, it came up as Straight Talk or something. So it was actually a Boost mobile phone. They all pretty much run on the same carriers anyway. Okay, another from the Sega box has damage. Yeah, the cartridge is perfect, but the box is paper, not one of the plastic ones. And the box had a little bit of wear to it, so I put box damage. And this one's kind of hard to find, this Experts, but sold for $40, free shipping. So I was happy about that. And last thing is one more thing from that Sega lot is the Lethal Enforcer game with the light gun. The game was perfect. The only thing that was missing was the outside of the box, but it had a poster with it, which was really cool. Had the manuals with it and everything. So yeah, took I guess I didn't take it off our now. Sold for $44 plus shipping. And I have another one of those guns, but I don't have the game to go with it. So that's what that's the best things I had sold for January. I mean, there was some more stuff, but you know, I don't want to bore you with you know, the stuff like $20 and under. So thanks for watching. Like the video, subscribe, and if you have anything you want me to make a video about, just let me know, and I'll try to get that done too. All right. Well, thanks a lot, and have a good night or good day.